There are a few reasons why this theorem, the Pythagorean theorem, is very important. And so, what are the uses of this in the world? And we might not be able to really connect them because we don't do the connection. I mean, maybe we can of maybe next year or the year after, but there are a few uses, and one of them is has been mentioned by of your classmates. Is in the world of construction. So there are a lot of companies that really uses them for building, and the measurement of the roof is one. So here, if you want to calculate how much materials do you need to know uh, this one, the area of this. You need to know this line, and once you know the line, you have to calculate the area of this rectangular surface here, which is the roof. So I think the appreciation can only be there once you start building, but because we haven't had the experience of building as a student, we can't really appreciate the importance of this. Now next, what is the symbol? Anybody? What is the symbol? Well, I can't read your chat in the chat box because I'm presenting. So this symbol is really used in GPS, in navigation. And so the Pythagorean theorem is used in this, and whenever you use the Google Maps and the TomToms and all of those, they use a form of Pythagorean theorem. Well, an advanced form, an advanced form of what we're doing. And also in sea navigation, they use it quite a lot, and they use maps. So that's another one. So that's another use of this one. The other one is, of course, video games. So when video games started, they use a lot of this theorem and how things move around. And okay, let me show you another slide. Oops. Oh, what's this? Who knows this? Who knows this person? Yes? Anybody knows this person? Yes? Can somebody speak who knows about this person? Well, this person is a pop star many years ago. I don't know if that's still a pop star, but her name is Lily Allen. And in 2016, she wrote something in her Twitter account, and she said that she was taught the Pythagorean theorem more than 15 years ago, and she never used it since. Never. Right? And so essentially, so she never used it once, and she's quite right. She hasn't used it, and so she probably, what her point was, what was her point? Her point was that, why do you bother learning about it? And some of you would say, yes, Lily Allen is quite right. Why bother? But essentially, why do we use them? Of course, she happens to have a great job as a pop star who records music, but not everybody can be like a pop star. It's like 1 in 100,000 or 1 in a million. So not everybody can have the job. And if we are learning this for use in the future, then it's not really a good reason for learning it. Not a good reason. But one thing I would say is we learn this to appreciate, the jobs of other people, the jobs who are into navigation, into construction, those people who kind of use this in video gaming industry. Use a little bit of this. Those in the advanced stage, of course, you just have all the softwares now, and you don't need to learn about the Pythagorean theorem. But to appreciate others. Now, the other thing is that what Lily Allen, this pop star, doesn't really say at all is this. What she doesn't say is that because she's in the music industry, what she doesn't really realize is that when somebody see this picture, anybody knows what this means? There's a cloud and there's an arrow. That means you're downloading something. You're downloading some music from the internet. And when you download something from the internet, they use a form of Pythagorean theorem, because those digital bits, those digital data, they kind of imagine it as a space, right? As an area. And then when you don't do it right, then you don't download the whole song properly. What Lily Allen, what she doesn't realize that if not for Pythagorean theorem, people won't be able to download music properly. And so she won't have probably a job now. So it's really important to also appreciate. Now, here's something that I'd like to tell you. When Pythagoras and his people were learning about the Pythagorean theorem, and when they were discovering it, they really don't know anything about GPS, about downloading of music and navigation, no, the gaming of video industry. So for them, what's the use? Because now we're using them in our technologies. But for Pythagoras and the people back then, what's the use? And of course you can say, yes, the Egyptians used this for construction, and the Babylonians used the idea for construction, and Pythagoras thought that it's important to know about them. But I like to say this to everybody. Pythagoras never used the theorem for construction. Never. But although people said that he did, and they made a tunnel in the Greek island of Samos, and they used this theory of Pythagorean. And by the way, this coming Friday, there's a BBC, is it BBC? A documentary about Pythagoras and the tunnel that he built by hand. And I think it's Channel 5 at 9 o'clock this Friday. So if you have time, it's going to be premiered this coming Friday. Anyway, when the Pythagoras and his followers were learning about this, it's not for any outer purposes. There's nothing to be used. It's not for construction, and definitely it's not for downloading music, video making, or all those kind of things that we do today. So what's the reason? Why do they do it? And I'd like to explore that tomorrow. But for now, we're going to move on with the lesson, because one of the reasons why we're doing this in school is really to develop logical thinking and analysis. And this is really what it is. And to develop logical thinking, you have to do it. Now, if you do the homework, there's no way, that will happen. There's no way at all. That's why if there's a question, I want you to really ask. Okay, right. Let's move on to the lesson. Can everybody see this board?